Good morning. Coming to you live at 0500 hours or at 0600 hours. Thursday, January 24th, 2019. I had just literally turned 600 hours. That's what I put my post as because for some reason it don't come up at the time I put on there. Even if I change all my phone time, all the format, I'm not sure what's wrong with my YouTube. I had to check on it. This is titled "We Thank the Father but Not the Mother." One day as the creator told me there is something wrong. So what I did was, and I was telling my lady friend or associate this from another state. What I did was I asked the creator. I always ask the question so I can know the truth. I would know the real answer. It would be proof that's fact. I don't care what no one say. If I was alive and my, let's say 5 grandfathers ago, and I wanted to know a question, I will ask him directly. That's the only way I would know the real answer. So if I approach you and I ask you a question, the only way I would know the real answer if I ask. And the reason I say that because it's a lot of things that tell us not to ask questions. Why would we not ask a question? Why would we not want to prove the truth? And what made me started doing these videos is I wanted to share everything that I had questions on that has been answered. If if you can believe a book, if you can believe people that you never met through a book or things as that, how come you cannot now I say the word believe? Because you don't know. You just hearing it from a mouth. But directly, if I say if you're going to use those, I'm using those same books to read just that. And I know this is to be fact. This is the truth and it's proven. I watch people don't read. Everything I'm saying is spiritual, but I have to go back and check. I'm not, they say the greatest thing of life is prove it with with truth. Like ask questions, go study, go research, go cite your sources, put everything together. And that's what I have done. This is not just me blabbing. That's why you never heard it before. That's why nobody, and I'm going to say this at one time, I will say, I always say some words are okay. But some words to me is a translation through a language. And even I learned when I ask a question about language, people that speak the language very well say that's written wrong and they explain it. So when I'm reading and then I'll read the sentence again, I get a whole different meaning. As in, I use the Christianity religion because that's the religion to keep us enslaved as African descendant African Americans. So that's the enslaved religion. All the religions are helpful to enslave as well. But they learned the three main religions is the Nation of Islam religions, Christianity, and our nation we in is Jehovah Witness. Those all of main ones. Sikhism is coming on strong. Then you have Islamic. Then you have more. Then you got all these denominations. Because then I just started calling them all out because I know them. It's 266, just as it's 266 laws and rules and regulations. So I think that's funny. If you sit down and process as a lot of things I do. So what happened, what I started doing was I started looking at words. And so I asked the creator through the spirit, see, in your spirit, if your spirit is not right, you won't get it. You got to think about that. If your spirit not right, you won't get it. So as my friend, he sat down and finally came to the realizations. He said, the enslavers or conquerors. He called them enemies still. So I give him that. They're the enemies to him. I understand why he called them that. So that's sometimes you have to talk to the people and just accept it as they know it. But when you speak, I keep saying, I don't use the word enemy. I say conquerors or enslavers. He said they didn't give us They gave us the Bible, but they didn't give us the word. They gave you, and he don't realize they gave him. So he's coming into truth little by little. They gave you both. They gave you the religion, they gave you the word, they gave you the Bible before they gave you slavery. That's why you can read saying in the Bible, it tell you to be a slave and it tell you to be a good slave. And but somehow you phantom a different process because the whole Bible is when you read the whole Bible, it contradicts itself. It tell you you're not worthy, but then it tell you you're worthy. To me, I cannot tell now if now think about this if you have a child. Now this is the mother and father. Imagine the mother telling the child not worthy. Then imagine the father telling the child he's not worthy. But think about this. The father is working. The father is going out. He found the lady that he can trust. But she's at home telling the son he's nothing all day. Then the father say, you are strong. You are a beautiful son. You are a beautiful daughter. You are a lovely lady. You are a woman. You are a man. But imagine when the father's gone, the mother's not saying the same thing. What's going to happen is it's a contradiction to their love. She contradicted that she was going to be the best for their child. He's being the best for them. And only time because that's why he went to work. He felt safe with the woman that he had. Because we always talking about the men leaving, the men and this and that. But if you're going to say 50% of African descendant relationship, the man is gone, it's a good 30 to 40% when a woman's not there as well. Because remember, it's not 50. And if it's 50 to 40, that means we're still leaving out a good 30% of the relationship. What is those? And what we're seeing is we're finally understanding that we're missing the ma. So the mother and the father, is the father. There is no daddy. Daddy is a slave name for the black African descendant women. And this is how it works. I have an Instagram. I'm gonna put my Instagram profile, how you get to it on my after this YouTube. And it's gonna explain the word mammy. I'm gonna do father or daddy. See, and what they do that's why I hate books and sometimes information that's why I say you gotta get a library card, go to the library or keep studying and research because it's not just gonna be on the internet. There's one for mammy explaining mammy, but there's not one for daddy. Daddy is not your name. Don't call nobody daddy. We got to stop using words that was slave words. That's a slave word, like the word nigga. Tried to explain to the guy that's Puerto Rican. He kept calling himself black. I said, you're not black. He said, my great-great-grandfather is black. I said, you are biracial or mixed. That's why you call yourself Boricua or Puerto Rican, because you have the Spaniards in you, the Spanish that conquered the people, whatever your people was originally, and they were Taino. You didn't have the Spanish language, but he swear up and down. So now I'm understanding. I'm going to tell him. He's and what he would do, and this is the type of person I am. He said, if you don't like me or want to be around me, I'm going to use the word nigga. I said, no, you're not around me. He said, that's how I've been taught. You can call it, say it knows. I said, and I didn't call him a sir, but I said his name. I said, no. I know what the word mean. You keep saying you're not a filter. You keep calling himself an asshole and keep people proving it. And I said, no, you're not going to use that around me. That is a word I do not garnish or not fashion. I never used it towards no one. And the one time I used the word, the bitch word, my mother punched me in my face. So, it was because of that Missy song. She's a boom, 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 doom, 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 doom. She's and she punched. She said, "What did you say?" I said, "Boom." I didn't even get to see the T. And because we was looking at the video, but that's not what she wasn't saying that. But I knew what she was saying, and my mother realized too. We grew up a certain way, and I was a certain age. She was like, "You can't watch this." My mother didn't allow rap in her house. She didn't allow, and see, and that's where the mother and father are supposed to come together. They're supposed to be parents. We are no longer parents. We are more of a friend to the child. And then if a friend, we don't even educate. I see mother go to the clubs with their daughters and father to smoke weeds with their son. Parents are never, never, never. I don't care if my mother is 62. Even with a drink, I have one drink, maybe two around her. Because I think that's the only thing that what will find okay. Now I never not gonna get drunk. I'm not gonna do crazy things around my mother. So if you think about okay, let's say going to the club. What kind of club? We going to a lounge? Are we going to a bar to watch the game and we having a drink? Those to me, I don't care what no one say. And I know a whole bunch of people will agree with me. That's okay. But to cuss around my mother, to have sex in her house or my father's house is a no-no. Certain things you don't do because you do that when you become adult. And when you finally ready to leave the home, that's when you do those things on your own time. But in parent stage, parents don't allow a lot. If it's not conducive, if it don't build up your child, why are you allowing that? You're not a mother, you're not a father. So the original mother is the name, not the ma. Everything that make up the mother, we call mother nature. So when we call it mother nature, that means treat her as a woman because father time shows you the way, but they need to be together. As in the wind blow, there's going to be sunshine. As it's cold, there's going to be warm. It need both sides. If it don't have both sides, then it's not a mother and a ma and a fa. So the mother, the mammy, so they're groomed to be bed wenches. What she has to do, she's similar to the house nigga or the sambo, and she had to make sure these African descendant young women smell good, look good. She's grooming them. I'm going to give a revealing thing too to people too of why we see civil war in African American neighboring surrounding or quote unquote community. And she groomed her to sleep with these men because we were the first prostitutes. We because the other races garnished that too. They was taught by the Arabics that you can groom these black women because that's what the Arabics did to us. That's what the Asians and the thing about I'll try to explain to people why we so broken. We was when we got split up, a art of war, divide and conquer, and or divide and separate. Japan people, they can fight all they want. Guess what? They still have their land. The Asian, Japan, the Oriental, whatever we want to call them, they still have their land. Russian, they still got their land. White people, they conquered all over the world, all over this globe. So they got their mark everywhere, and they took over America. They made a land, they took land, they made a land, and they even have Europe for themselves. So the people that more such as will get hurt the most is the people that's been because Indian and African people and Native American, not American, Native people and African people, we were the one that was given everything. We should have killed them mother suckers before they said nothing. Just as that dude went to the Senegalese, they killed him. I commend them. They did their job because you're not going to breed a religion. See that? Think about it. They brought religion first before slavery. If you don't really believe that, you don't. If you don't think that, you don't want to trust in that. Think of everything. If you're a person that's really aware, I don't use woke. I don't use all these Hebrew Israelite things. That's a joke to me. If you are aware of your birth and in the world you in, think about all the things. How did you become? If you have an addiction, or even if you enjoy things, what happened first? If you travel to Bahamas, They didn't bring the Bahamas to you. They then they give you the excitement for Bahamas. Now you love travel. It took even in an addiction to give you. They didn't give you. They gave you the drug, and then now you in love with the drug. Now you addicted. So if you think about the women, the mas became the mammies, but she's your mother. We don't use mammy. We don't use mama. Words we should take out of our vocabulary. It's the vocab is to add on to the language and the translations that they already have for us, for we can pronounce it their way. See, remember, it's still in control. We are about control. Now the fa is the father. So now, if you think about what they did, because the mammy was the women that groomed them for the white men, it wasn't to groom us for our own people. Same as the house nigga, the Sambo, the fa, and we call him daddy. The daddy was the man that was sodomizing and raping the daughters, and that was creating babies. That's why if women actually understood the word cougar and sugar daddy, and they really work in earnest and they're truthful, I don't trust women that sugar gold diggers and sugar babies. That's just a low form of sex trafficking, sugar babies. Then you have the sugar mom and the sugar daddy, and then the cougars. Cougars are the same as the males because we don't want to classify a woman that's 26 with a 15-year-old as the same thing as a man with if so what's the difference between a man with a young lady that's 15 and he's 26? See, that's a demon in their eyes. But they won't demonize the woman. There recently happened, a woman teacher was with the student. She was over the age of 25 and he was 14. They didn't classify her as they labeled her if we can get away with it, she would have never been labeled a sex offender. And I don't think she's labeled a sex offender. She just got charged with sex charges. You can get charged with sex charges and not get a sex offender because you have to get like, I'm gonna use the word, I hate the word con. You got to get convicted. You got to get evicted of that charge first. But there's many charges that they can put on her, but they don't have to give her that charge to make her a sex offender. But let you be of African descent, you're going to get charged with that, and they're going to charge you with whatever it is to make you a sex offender. So if it's non-consensual sex to become, because there's different rules, you got to understand law. If it's called we call it statutory rape, you become a sex offender, and non-consensual sex, even though it's non-consensual. He did not find consensual. It wasn't. He didn't basically say yes because of his age. Basically, the court is recognizing mentally, physically, and emotion that person is not ready for sex. They're going to do that, but they're trying to outlaw that. They've been trying to do that. People are like, oh, they're going to take that. No, they've been doing that. I've been read in 2002. I read about this. It's how you got the moms against America, or the moms against like the laws of America that hurt the children. There is a group of people. It started in a small town in Utah. Utah have way different laws. Utah have a free range law, allows the child to override parental rule. So if a child break a window, as per se in New York, the parent can be charged with the misdemeanor or a one strike, as a child get in trouble and have to do time. Not time in like prison or like the detention home. He had to do community service, like 250 hours to make up, and the parent have to pay. And if the child is worse, the parent go to prison or jail. It depends on the child, and the child go to a detention home or the homes where they be with the kids, the juvenile homes. So that's why the absence of the father is needed. We need this, and we should start thanking the mothers. We always say, and I ask the Creator in the spirit, what is your name? He told me, I am the Almighty. I am the Father. And I am it gave me three names. The creator. I always say it. I say it and I'll leave it out. That's so funny. He call it, he say, name the creator. And I said, why is so? He said, the names that we are using are not the proper names. I was like, wow, that's amazing for the spirit to tell me those are not my names. And I said, what is your name? And he said, it's going to take a time because, and I learned this, some revelations will not just come at one time. It was almost telling me my name is very, very, he said, I'm going to tell you because anything else, even as I said, let's honor the mother and the father and the ma and the fa. And the most known things in this world, he said, the creator said, the spirit said, we don't know each other. I was, what you mean? He said, you are far from me. He said, just about everybody on this earth is far from me. He said, the words have power. The only way to reach you if we have the correct power. So use these three words, the universe, the universal, the father. And I said, and then in the creator, then I asked, is there a mother? He said, yes. And then now here is the revelation. There is a mother. What the world did to us is destroy the mother first. You know why you destroy the mother first? Remember, as a child is born, remember, we always will say it takes a mother, it takes a village to raise a child. And what that really means is it takes a mother and a father and the family. If you have guidance and support, you can raise a family. If you don't have guidance and support, which I have always lived by, didn't even know I was living by this, you should not raise a family. Let's hear that again. If you have guidance and support, you are capable and able of raising a family. I don't care. He's proud, and he want to let me know he's proud of the people, the single mothers and the single fathers, or the family that took on, that raised a person child for whatever circumstance that happened. He's very proud of them. But he said, my only natural design was for man to be with woman and woman to be with man. And as a parent, I gave the responsibilities. And what we did, he said, the world, the society took away. He said, when I kept telling you don't need a judge, you just need upstanding people. They kept wanting judges. So I gave them judges. And then the thing they did, they corrupted it. We corrupted the judges. That's why these laws, that's why he said that if you listen, look at the word too, justice system, just is. Who is the just is? It's only going to favor who? We got to look at our society. Think about society. It cannot favor a poor person in the court system. It's a system. It's designed and set up for the who? The just is. The just is. That's the system. So when you look at the now, if you look at the ma and the fa, the pa is the patriarch, and the ma is the matriarch. We need both one to the others. Cain and Abel. Can you and are you able? That's all that is saying. It's not clear. We're trying to rewrite we're trying to decipher the will when it's some things are not interchangeable. A man is not interchangeable. You're born with a penis. If you're not, you're born with a vagina, you're a woman. It's not interchangeable. So what they did was destroy the woman womb and the woman mind. But the women that was on the same side of the people that was destroying, she was actually the mastermind. Behind everything. And what they do is program women, because women, the original woman learned that came down as the serpent. The serpent is the white woman. She's the devil. The white woman is the devil. And I don't care what nobody say. And the white woman, I can still treat the women of respect because that happened. That happened at the beginning of time. The people on earth in the garden is a man and a woman. It didn't come out of it didn't come out of the man red. See, people can make up all these stories to make that true. It's not true. You're not gonna tell me a woman that can birth life and give life during birth, and a man that has a seed. We came from a dump. They came from a rib. That's the story. That's the story we go. Come on, let's be now. You ain't gonna beat me with logic. And the creator said you can be logical. So that's logic. That is so much logic that a woman that can give life and a man that have a seed came in the miraculously. This person came down in the spirit into a woman without pregnate her because we leaving it up to the what we call the Bible, saying our God. The word God, we supposed to read left from right. We supposed to read right from left, but we read left from right. If we read right from left, it means dog. Dog is servant. In other cultures, dog is demon. That's why the fallen star is a demon. And if it's not a demon, it's not a fallen star, and it's not a person, our savior. It's us. G's us. See, if you're going to play with me, I'm going to play with the word. Don't give me a word and tell me the word don't have a meaning. Don't create the meaning for the whole word and then tell me this one word with other meanings derived from it is one word, just as the matriarch and patriarch. And so what happened, the woman and the man came together. Literally. Why you think we use the word she came? He ejaculated. So we say, I came in her. Because he went to her. And they had a baby, Cain and Abel. They was able to and they can. Because they was given that. That's why we can have children. That's why children have, the creator said, we are supposed to be multiplying fruitfully. He said that is a great thing. He said, you can spill your seed, but that's as punching yourself in the face. I'm okay with punching myself in the face. And not funny, and if you look at a lot of things in life, the creator said, have fun and enjoy life. We don't do that enough. I try that the most I can in my own way. I don't get excited by traveling. I love a sport and I play it. When I'm playing it, I'm exuberated. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm in joy. When I'm in joy, I'm doing all the things I love. Even if I'm playing a video game, I love doing that because that's something to get my mind away and it make me think. I love thinking video games. Even the basketball game, I will get on there and watch guys and do the same style of basketball. If you keep playing people over and over and you sitting there saying, damn, I do this style too. I have so many different styles. And when you get, I have people say, when you get done playing me and things, they were like, you smart. And it was funny because this happened a lot. Even people that score a lot of points on me in basketball in real life, it's like, you were smart. I knew why they was calling me smart. Because he had to work hard for all those points. And he realized how good he was. And I'll tell him, you are very good. And I was telling him, I was making the dude, it was so much time in the shot clock. Of course, or it was 5 other people. Of course he was going to score because he got a pick. He got a screen. When he went 1-on-1, he wasn't scoring. But when when we was using the 5-on-5, when he realized he had to use his team, it was hard. Even I ran around the screen. This dude I can hear it like, somebody sighing go. He kept doing that. Like, I was beating him at his 4th move. And I was defending him without fouling him. He was like, yo, you didn't even foul. You only fouled me maybe once. They gave you 4 fouls. But he's like, man, I wouldn't have called none on you. He's like, even when I used the rules against you, he was saying, such as you was able to defend. And that's amazing. That's what make you great. And so what made us less great is when you start pushing down the matriarch, but you want to get married in matrimony. You don't get married in patrimony. You get married in matrimony. You come together, you clave, and you honor the woman. It's men too, because we already have it set. So we don't have to do no honoring for the man. The honor from the beginning, even now, even though women have more rights, but law, men have more law. That's why I say that Lady Camilla Harris will get voted in. Because if not, it don't matter. We have the man, the ma, the her, the pa, and who she abide by. So once we start understanding that woman, if anything, I would say woman first. The Creator have not told me that's the truth, but He have told me we did not come from a rib. The woman didn't come from the rib. We named her the woman, and what they did, the woman mind is not destroyed. The devil is the white woman. Her mind is not destroyed. She know what's going on. I talk to a lot of white. I've never been with one in a relationship semi-sexually because she was a woman. Then I realized that's not what I prefer. So I didn't go all the way forward with her because like, no, I prefer African. And there's nothing wrong with only loving your preference is your preference. That's the saying is, since they do crack and I don't do crack, I'm wrong. That's what they telling me. But since I only want to be with brown women, dark-skinned women, something's wrong with me. Come on now. And this is the logic I hate. If somebody called me a nigger and my reaction was to punch him in the face, I have many choices, but how come this is logic? Think about this. Think about it. And even people that agree still in their mind battle this. I don't battle this no more. If I call you a name that can excite you and I know it's not a good name, why are I not labeled the bad person? Think about that. And the person let's say the person don't even respond, they just look at you. What do we label? Hold on. Now peep this game. You call me a nigger because they say we are animals. We are built a certain way. We are certain things. But the people that's saying it, this is the trick. This is the trends. They say I'm all these bad things, but you calling me a word that's the most derogatory word in the English alphabet, in the language, the translation. Listen to what we're saying. That's why I don't play with people. If your understanding is only one way to tell me wrong is wrong no matter what, is that not wrong? But then now, peep game. We know that's wrong, but if a person respond in a physical manner because that word is very hurtful, people's like, oh, the word supposed to take power. No, I was trying to tell the guy, no, nigga mean nigga. I know what the word nigga mean. That mean it's the abbreviation of nigger. It's not brotherly love. There's no love in that word. Explain to me where nigga get love in it. Tell me where the word nigga throughout history. And people are like, oh, you getting mad over, like, no, you trying to make sense. Because this is the Creator told me. There are dumb people. There are deaf people. And he said, they're stupid, dumb, and blind. They're foolish and they're ignorant and their mind is gone. So you have a gone mind and I'm going to listen to you. Think about that. You're doing me wrong. And if I respond in the way all the names you called me, I am all those names. So what are you? So the Creator said, guess what they are? He got humor too. He's like, they're a piece of shit. It's not a cuss word or a curse word. Those are words that we use to describe our manure. They said, if you're going to incite somebody to be a word and you're using a word that have all those, that's saying, I watched the lady cheat on the man. She kept saying it's his fault. You know, she kept trying to convince him. This is now when I use the word that it was his fault. He's sitting there. I know he's not accepting it. He's smoking them cigarette. He had to leave the studio and sitting there saying, hold up. It's my fault. That's what the TV was subliminally trying to show me. That it's my fault that you decided to not talk to me and go talk to somebody else. Spread your legs, you dumb little lady, and then tell me it's my fault. You spend time with some. I don't care if I'm never there. Break up with me. You're not gonna. Even if I get. If you decide to be with a person, whether that person is giving you what you want or not, you have a decision to leave them alone or not. You can make ways to communicate. Anything that take you away from the person is your fault. Wait till I start. I'm putting people on blast for the stupidities of the world. The inner secrets. We're not synchronized with ourselves. We don't even have the right frequency for our own selves to ourselves. So how are we gonna have the right frequency and vibration to go get married? To understand the ma and the pa, the matriarch and the patriarch. To understand what mammy mean, the bed witch. Then we have the daddy, the negro, the house nigga, and the sambo. Then we call them as niggas and niggas. But everything they do is okay. But they incited the understanding. We know the truth, but somehow we became wrong when we responded. That don't make sense. And see, and when I start saying this to people, nobody want to listen to me. When I started saying the all truth, and I told them you love lies and you love not knowing the truth. You can sit there and talk all you want. Your talk is talk to me. A lot of people I talk to, and a lot of them is talk. I'm talk because they trying to tell me that certain words don't mean certain things, and if a person respond, they become those words. But the person said it, they stay themselves. Right. I don't know. So I'm the one that's supposed to be racist or hateful. But you're the one that know all the words to demean people. You know all the words to degrade people. You know all the bad. Tell me some good things about people. They couldn't tell me. All they can say, I know you. That's all he can say, I know you. I'm like, no, tell me good things about my race of people. Couldn't tell you nothing. I said, I can tell you a lot of things, but you only want to focus on the one things. So as we keep destroying the ma and the fa, the mother and the father, the order, the naturalness, and this overall is natural. It's natural. She has a vagina, he has a penis. They're going to insert, they're going to be able to fit. Regardless of her, if his penis too big and her vagina too small, it's going to fit. Regardless of his penis too small and her vagina too big like the ocean, it's going to fit. It's going to go in that hole. Regardless. Even if it's meant to go in there. Now let's do the reverse. Two women smashing the same things together. That showed me it's not a match. So if I have the wrong tool for the job, how I'm gonna be able to do my job? And for a man, two penises don't smash together. I don't care if you turn around and insert it. No, that's not where it's supposed to go. And then if you want to be even go further, go make two women and two men go make a baby all on their own without the other opposite. Two same sexes go. This destroy all logic of all life. If you take two of the same sexes and put them together, they cannot form a baby. They cannot procreate. For as in humans, I'm not an animal. I'm not a disease. I don't even understand I think that's even a lie. How they say insects or the bullfrog can asexually produce without. So they telling me she can have eggs without a man, and he don't need to inseminate the eggs. So there's no man to inseminate the egg. Oh, so you telling me out of all the creatures in this world, the creator created one creature to produce asexually, and if it's dead, it has to be a reason for that. It had to adapt. We had to destroy something. We had to do a lot of things. Or did we do that to the animal? And we trying to do it on people now. We got to start, I think, as that. I don't think saying that's what it is. It is what it is. That's what it's going to be. Say Shara, Shara. Whatever it is going to be, it's going to be. I don't look at that. So you think about everything with a man and a woman and everything that they teach us and tell us. I give a lot of background because I'm challenging you, and I want to guide you into the all truth, not just the truth. Like people want to say, no, it's no the truth because it's 2019 years later. I'm only 36. Just peep that again. It's 2019 years later. I'm only 36. So I don't know what happened those other 2000 some odd other years. I wasn't well 1900 and so many odd years. I wasn't here. I wasn't here. So I'm not just going to say, oh, this is what it is. No, I can't. But if you put all the information together, if we put the mother and father together, I guarantee you the children will start being better. If I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely. I'm going to keep this live, but I'm going to do it again in a more structured manner later today for the because I know a lot of things I said went over what I said. I'm getting better, and my friend, she made it aware to me. Some people get where I'm going, and some people don't. So have a wonderful, lovely, beautiful, prosperous, tranquil. I don't use the word peace. Tranquil. I mean calm and soothing. Loving, that it bring that tranquil, calm and soothing, loving to you. It covers you. Day. And let it be lovely, full of love. Like you loving people. Clean up your atmosphere. All right. You have a great day and stay hydrated. Remember who you are. You have a purpose. Focus. You got to focus, a purpose, mission, and position. Let everything good and positive and your moral values and ethics and your character be great. Let that come forth. Love yourself. Affirm affirmations. You are lovely. You are beautiful. Reinforcement. I am lovely. I am beautiful. And your empowerment, let it be good and positive. All three of them. Your affirmation. I love me. I am great. And your empowerment. I am better than who I used to be yesterday. I am better than I was last year. Only I am I don't even have, in your empowerment, I don't have to bring up nobody name that hurt me. That's the most positive and good empowerment you can have. I know I was hurt the other day, but I'm not going to allow the other day, even though I'm in a situation at my job, to hurt me. You learn how to handle this. That's the empowerment. You being able to know the direction of your power. You control your direction. You have that. All you have to do, he gave us to access it, to activate and apply it. That's all.